Hey there, it's Stephanie Shea, Chief Astrologer for janspiller.com with your monthly horoscope. And this one's for you, Aries. This is your October 2021 horoscope. And as the month begins, there is going to be a big focus on your relationships. Now, this could be relationships with friends, romantic partners, co-workers, and other people that you team up with to accomplish a goal. Now, Mercury will be retrograde until October 18th. That's a cycle that started back at the end of September. If you watch these horoscopes or keep up with astrology, you probably know that. And during the times that Mercury is retrograde, it's best to avoid making new agreements or commitments. So hold off on that type of activity until the second half of October. The first 2 weeks of the month are going to be really good to renegotiate current terms of an agreement you already have in place, or maybe you have something to resolve from the past. That's a really positive way to use your time during Mercury retrograde. You can still be productive as long as you're focusing on putting a wrap on things. Now, Mars, your ruling planet, is going to be in Libra through the 30th, and this really gives collaborative efforts a boost. You might feel extra fired up about a situation that you perceive to be inequitable. You're going to be supported to champion for someone who might need an advocate, and I'd say under this Mars in Libra energy, self-serving motivations are more met with resistance. There's times, that we take some steps forward with sort of our personal goals in mind. When Mars is in Libra, and especially for Aries people with Mars as a ruling planet, I would say it's a better time to approach goals that benefit other people. You can still be working on your stuff on your own, but when you're teaming up with others, look for projects that benefit more than yourself. Now, this month's new moon is October 6th, and it's at 13 degrees of Libra. So, if you were born on or around April 3rd of any year, or you have around 13 degrees of Aries rising, you're going to be getting a really big cosmic push for some new beginnings that could involve partnerships, and all Aries people are going to be supported to set intentions involving marriage, teamwork, fair dealings, compromise, and achieving a sense of balance in your life. So this is a really good new moon, even though we're in that Mercury retrograde. Set those intentions. They could take a while to start to unfold until after we get out of Mercury retrograde, but it's always important to set those intentions at every new moon. Now, on October the 7th, the day right after that new moon, we've got Venus moving into Sagittarius. And that makes this month a really favorable time to satisfy your thirst for knowledge. You really might be craving some new experiences or some kind of information that you've been looking for, making it a great time to take a class or a trip that just opens your mind to a different outlook on life. There's also kind of a flirty energy present with Venus in Sagittarius. This could spice up an existing relationship or help single Aries people attract someone exciting into their life. Even though it's Mercury retrograde, you can get out there, mingle, meet new people, and consider any serious relationship issues after the Mercury retrograde, of course. You can also plan times to do some very important steps forward after November 6th, because that's when we're going to clear the shadow of Mercury retrograde. So there's the official retrograde cycle, and then there's the time on either side that's kind of the warm-up and the cool down. And the shadow phase affects some people more than others. So if you are at all in doubt and it's a really important launch or maybe a really big decision, you could consider waiting until November 6th when we clear Mercury retrograde's shadow. Now, this month's full moon is on October 20th, and it's at 27 degrees of Aries. So if you were born on or around April 18th, or if you have around 27 degrees of Aries rising, this full moon could put you in the spotlight. Something you've been working towards could feel complete, and you're ready for the next phase of something. So even if it's just the next phase of a project, there is a sense of completion that can come at this full moon. Collaborative efforts are likely to earn you some recognition around this time. Now, the sun moves into Scorpio on the 23rd. That could really help you to focus your efforts and make a strategy that's going to make the best use of your skills. Scorpio energy is so good for zeroing in on what needs to happen, for slowing the energy down, and for kind of reading the room and getting a feel of how things are going to feel emotionally, not just on paper. It could be time to let go of certain activities to make time for what you truly feel passionate about. So I hope you can make the most of October's astrology. We'll be getting through those retrogrades, and be safe and be well.